Coastal Carolina is up next. Let's go to Conway and talk about the Teal Chickens. Now, you and I think just about everybody were not fans of the Tim Beck hire. It felt kind of desperate. It felt like we didn't have any answers. Oh, shoot, the homework's due at 9 a.m. this morning, and I got to come up with an answer. It didn't go well, right? Tim Beck was beyond useless, to put it quite simply, in Conway. But Ryan Beard comes over from Missouri State, a guy where he built that program really from not very much, took them into the FBS ranks, had some success. And now he's got enough talent maybe on this roster to get Coastal back to being fun, get Coastal back to being plucky on a week-to-week basis. If you look around the Twitter sphere, there's actually people ranking Coastal as maybe the second or third best team in the Sun Belt. That was a little bit surprising to me, but it's clear that folks are starting to believe in the Chanticleers again.
Yeah, I saw that tweet you're referencing, and that did surprise me as well. I don't have them quite as high, but my elevator pitch for you for Coastal Carolina is Ryan Beard is maybe the most underrated hire of the entire coaching cycle. I think this guy is a star in the making. I think that he is, unfortunately for Coastal Carolina, might not be long for Conway, because I think there's going to be some big programs sniffing around after a couple of years of a rebuild in Conway. So you look at what he did in Springfield, right? Like he not only guided them from the FCS to the FBS, he got Missouri State through the gauntlet that is the Missouri Valley Conference football, and he made them more competitive than they had been in years up in Springfield. So he knows how to coach, and he also knows it's going to be a little different than the Jamie Chadwell days, where it was, like the high-flying run game offense, the fun option-based offense, the Grayson McCalls of the world, right? He's going to build more from the inside out. That's how he got Missouri State to be successful in the transition year. He bolstered that line. He brought a lot of guys over from Missouri State that boast a ton of size, and I think that's going to be the difference. I think Chanticleer fans are going to see a lot more disciplined play on the offensive and defensive lines, and just dudes that look like they could be on a P4 roster in the interior. And that's going to, I think, make a lot of people excited. Now, they do have maybe the most wide open quarterback battle in the country. I've done some reading that says it's legitimately a 5-way battle going into fall camp, and no one's really separated themselves yet. Deuce Bailey came over with Beard from Missouri State. He's probably the guy with the inside track, but you got another former Arkansas Razorback in Trevor Jackson, Trey Guerra, who was the number 1 JUCO quarterback in the 2026 class out of Tyler Junior College here in Texas. So there's a couple different options there. It's going to be really interesting to see who Beard goes with for his first run through the Sun Belt.
On their schedule, starts out challenging. Road trips to West Virginia, Delaware. They play Liberty at home. Road trips to Marshall and James Madison are never easy things. So when it comes to the conference play, and I guess really the schedule in general, what do you kind of see as the ceiling, or maybe even the most realistic landing spot for the Chanticleers this season?
Yeah, they also, from the West, they draw Arkansas State and Louisiana, who are probably 2-3, 3-4, somewhere in there. It's a tough schedule, and I think that Delaware game is a real swing game there. The Liberty as well is going to be really tough coming out of Conference USA. So it's really going to depend on if they can take care of business out of conference. If they can beat up on CUSA and the two of the better teams in Conference USA, if they can find a way to win games, I think they can make it to a bowl game. I think they can find enough wins towards the bottom of the division to show that they're not in the bottom and make it back to a bowl game. But this could be a rebuild year. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're a guaranteed bowl game. I think if you're 4-8, 5-7, but you're just not getting blown out like Tim Beck had accustomed to doing, the defense gave up over 59 points a game in the last 3 games last year. It was pathetic. So just show me some competitive losses. I think I wrote it in the preview article, but he lost 9 games by more than 20 points in his 3-year. That's bad. So don't do that. Just be competitive with the top of the division. Even if you go 4-8, 5-7, there's a lot of promise for the future, and I don't think anybody's panicking if that happens.
Yeah, buy all your stock in Ryan Beard. Certainly, he's going to elevate Coastal while he's there, and we'll see how long he's he is winning there in the Sun Belt, but I have no doubt he's going to win. He's going to win quickly there. Should be a whole lot of fun to see where the Chanticleers go in 2026.